Hello, guys. When I saw the trailer for No, I thought it would be just another typical Miraculous episode. A random villain appears, Ladybug and Cat Noir defeat them, and that's it. But this episode turned out to be much more than that. It was genuinely impressive and revealed a lot. Mylene's video plays a major role in the episode. In it, she highlights several new systems already being implemented in Paris, systems that promote freedom, sustainability, and independence. The video goes viral, reaching billions of views, and this immediately threatens the secret council. Their fear is simple. If people begin to realize how much power and freedom they truly have, the council's control will crumble. They don't want citizens growing their own food, because their ultimate goal is to dominate the global food industry, to become the sole producers and suppliers, ensuring the world depends entirely on them for survival. In the area of transportation, they also resist any move toward free public systems. If people can travel anywhere without restriction or cost, they gain independence, the freedom to explore, connect, and exchange ideas. The Council wants the opposite, a world where movement is limited and people remain confined and dependent. Even more, they fear an informed and outspoken younger generation. They don't want youths questioning the world's systems or uncovering the truths the Council hides. And above all, they don't want them to have a voice. Because once people, especially the youth, begin to speak freely, challenge authority, and express independent thought, the Council's plan for global control begins to collapse. Their mission isn't about helping the world, it's about maintaining control. The Council is made up of the rich and powerful, whose only goal is to stay in power. They silence or remove anyone who dares to oppose them. This also connects to what I explained in a previous video about Mayor Bourgeois. He was their puppet for years, following their orders as the mayor. But once he began resisting their control, he was forced out. That's when Mrs. Sarugi and Gabriel Agreste stepped in, positioning Chloe for leadership. The council never intended for Ms. Bustier to become mayor. Her rise to power was completely against their plan. Another interesting detail in this episode is the suggestion that the diamond has already been replaced. In Yaxi Gozen, a new diamond was introduced and referred to as the King of Luxury. This makes me wonder if that title now belongs to Audrey Bourgeois or perhaps to NOE. It seems likely that one of them is the new diamond replacement. I initially thought it was Lila, but with this new development, it certainly isn't her. What also caught my attention is how certain characters are addressed as mother or father. It's unclear whether these titles are literal or symbolic. For instance, Noe calls Audrey mother, and Lila refers to Mrs. Sarugi the same way. At first glance, it might suggest a family connection, especially since Noe and Audrey share similar blonde hair and blue eyes. However, could they really be mother and son? More likely, these titles are used within the secret council as a way to show rank or authority, almost like religious or cult-like titles. Members may call higher-ranking figures mother or father to express loyalty and obedience, not because of real family ties. Still, it's an intriguing mystery that adds another layer to the council's secretive structure. However, on second thought, it actually seems possible that Noe really is Audrey Bourgeois' son, introduced into the secret council as the new King of Luxury. This could have been her plan all along, to gain power and influence through her own family. If that's the case, then she has 3 children, Noe, Chloe, and Zoe, each from different fathers. This woman is something else. She just loves traveling around the world, having kids for different guys. Long-term marriage to one partner is definitely not her style. Another thing I've noticed about Audrey Bourgeois' 3 children is their constant struggle for her love and approval. Chloe has always tried desperately to earn her mother's attention and affection, but was never truly acknowledged. Zoe, on the other hand, seems to be the only one who never bothered to seek that validation. Noe, however, appears to be the child who finally became everything Audrey wanted: ambitious, powerful, and influential. As a result, he's now clearly her favorite. Audrey calling Noe my diamond dear also hints that he's the new diamond, confirming his elevated status within the council. Now that he's officially in position, Noe is eager to prove himself and win the council's approval. His strategy was to dominate 3 key sectors: media, fashion, and entertainment. In the media, he becomes a major shareholder, giving him control over news coverage. This explains why Nadja Chamak was fired. She refused to spread the council's propaganda or compromise her integrity as a journalist. With NOE in charge, the media can now be manipulated to shape public opinion in the council's favor. In fashion, NOE attempts to buy the Agreste brand, continuing Gabriel Agreste's legacy of control. Remember that episode where Gabriel and Marinette were having a face-off about what true fashion should be all about? Gabriel's philosophy was that designers should dictate fashion trends, leaving people no freedom to express themselves through their own style. Marinette, on the other hand, believed that fashion should reflect individuality and creativity. NOE's interest in acquiring the brand shows his intention to maintain that same dominance, where people have no choice but to follow the styles imposed on them. Finally, in entertainment, NOE seeks to rewrite the narrative around Paris's heroes. He plans to produce films that portray Ladybug and Cat Noir as villains, spreading misinformation and damaging their reputation. By destroying the city's faith in its protectors, he hopes to crush the hope and spirit of Parisians, leaving them easier for the council to control. These three moves, seizing control of the media, the fashion industry, and public perception, reveal NOE's ultimate goal: to reshape the world according to the council's agenda, all while proving himself as their new diamond. Regardless of everything that happened, I'm genuinely proud of Mylene. Back in Season 5, she was the only one perceptive enough to realize that the alliance rings would lead to disaster. She refused to wear one, sensing that they could be used for control. And she was absolutely right. The secret council eventually exploited them, just as she predicted. Now, once again, Mylene proves how sharp and aware she is. She senses that an even greater, more powerful force is working against her goals and trying to suppress the good she's doing for Paris. When it comes to Mylene and her boyfriend, Yvonne, they really stand out as one of the most responsible hero couples in the series. They share so much with each other, yet they both choose to keep one important thing secret: their superhero identities. Unlike other couples in the show, who have openly revealed who they are behind the mask. Honestly, I really wish Ladybug and Cat Noir had let the mime teach NOE a lesson, just for a moment. He truly deserved a lot of thrashing or some kind of punishment for all the chaos he caused. But of course, Ladybug and Cat Noir always gotta be the boring good heroes all the time. I have a feeling that after this episode, many Miraculous fans are going to start theorizing that Lila is actually Manon again. Just because Manon was asking some rather suspicious and probing questions, almost as if she was trying to get information from Marinette about the heroes' identities. Her curiosity seemed a bit too intentional, which might lead fans to believe there's more to her character. However, even though her behavior was a little suspicious, it doesn't mean she's Lila. Manon's role in this episode was simply to create a believable way for Marinette to connect with Nadja, the well-known journalist. Her presence made it seem natural that Marinette could reach out to a big media figure like her and have her come over to her room to hear what Mylene and her father had to say about their script. And that's the only reason. Let's please not get any funny ideas. I'm really glad that Adrien finally sees NOE's true colors. It's clear now that he can't be trusted to take over his father's fashion brand. I hope with this knowledge, he is wise enough not to hand over the Agreste brand to him. Marinette also senses that something is off about him. Her instincts tell her that NOE is dangerous and could be plotting something much bigger than anyone realizes. Hopefully, they each get to listen to that little voice speaking to them. Now, the ending was quite intriguing. It became clear that NOE's real goal wasn't just to cause trouble. It was to make himself known to all of Paris. Everything he did, the media appearances, the false Ladybug and Cat Noir film script, Miss Bustier rigging the elections, was designed to draw attention and build his public image. Now that he's finally gained that fame, it feels like the council's next phase is about to begin. Whatever their plan is, it definitely won't be good. But overall, the episode was fantastic. Can't wait to see what happens next. Don't forget to like this video. Until next time.